Hey folks, PGA Professional John Rudolph here, coming to you from Fieldstone Golf Club in Greenville, Delaware. We're going to do a little test tonight with the Titleist irons, the brand new 714 line of irons. Just a great lineup of golf clubs this year. They've enhanced all the previous models that they had with some great changes, and I think you're really going to like this video, find it informative. So first off, we want to explain a little bit about each one. You've got the MB iron. Okay, your MB iron is going to be for your better player. This is your standard blade looking golf club. It is a sweet looking golf club. What I typically notice is a little bit better distance control throughout the set with the blades. So we're going to test that one. We're also going to jump in and take a look at the CB. The CB iron starts to get into a little bit of a cavity back, you can see here. It's going to offer us a little bit more forgiveness, and it's a great golf club as well. Jumping into the irons that I currently play myself, the new 714 AP2 irons. We're getting into a little bit deeper cavity back here. We've also got some progressive center of gravity locations throughout the set. You're going to be able to hit the long irons a little bit higher this year, and it'll help keep the short irons down so that they don't balloon up in the air on you. So that's a nice advantage this year. And just a sweet looking golf club. To me, almost looks like a blade golf club that offers a lot of forgiveness. And then we've got the AP1. So the AP1 being sort of for that super game improvement. It is the most forgiving golf club on the market today. And I think you're just going to hit it a long, long way. So what we're going to do is we're going to test each iron. We're going to hit 5 shots with each one, and then compare the averages that we get with our launch monitor technology and talk to you about some of the other differences. So here we go. Okay, first up we've got the Titleist 714 MB iron. This is truly a player's club. I mean, this thing just looks, the finish on it, I mean, it is so sweet looking. The one thing I usually notice with blade clubs is just better distance control with that same iron. I don't hit one, all of a sudden, 7-8 yards farther on a given shot just because I've hit it a little bit better. So just consistency through the face is what I notice. Let's check out the MB. Okay, well, we just got done hitting the MB. Next up is the 714 CB. This features the same great satin finish as the MB. It's also the same loft at 31 degrees. And just a sweet looking golf club, just looking down on it. It does have a little bit more forgiveness as we're getting into a little bit of a shallow cavity. Give you a good shot there of that. So, a little bit more forgiveness if I hit it on the toe or the heel. We're going to give it a shot. Okay, well, next up we've got the Titleist 714 AP2 iron. This is actually the iron that I play currently, and it's just a great golf club. I mean, offers tremendous amount of forgiveness. You can see now we're dealing with a little bit deeper cavity back. And then through the set, this is a great thing about the AP2 iron. They have the center to gravity location varies with the different iron heads. So we're going to be hitting the 6 iron, but for the 5 iron and the 4 iron, they've put that CG in a different location so that we can get the ball higher with those long irons, which a lot of players may have difficulty doing. And then the higher CG location in the short irons gives us a little bit lower flight with those so we don't get the ball ballooning up in the air. Another great thing here with the AP2, it's got a pre-worn leading edge. This is different from the 712 model, and then that offers, the golfer, the ability that the club gets through the turf a little bit easier. It's not going to get stuck in the turf as much. So just a nice, comparing it to the 712, different finish here. We've got sort of like a mirror-like finish, which just looks classy, I think. So we're going to give it a shot. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we've got the Titleist 714 AP1 irons. Definitely a deeper cavity here is offering us more forgiveness throughout the set. We're also dealing with that center of gravity location that's different. You know, in our longer irons and our shorter irons, it's going to give us that nice higher flight on the longer irons, which is more difficult for the player to do. It'll help us knock down those short irons a little bit. As far as the lofts go on the 6 iron, just to give you an idea, when we were doing the MB and the CB, they were coming in at 31 degrees. This guy is now 29 degrees, and our AP2 iron was 30 degrees. But just a nice finish, again back to the satin finish on this one, and it just offers a great MOI across the face. So if I hit this on the toe or the heel, what that means is that the golf club is going to have more resistance to twisting on those off-center hits, and going to provide me, you know, a nice straight shot even when I miss it, and a lot of distance. So let's give it a shot. Well, we just finished up the testing of the 714 line of Titleist irons, and what we experienced was I experienced 175 yards on average with the MB iron. That distance went up to 181 for both the CB and the AP2. Difference there to me, a little bit different looking at the clubs and a little bit more forgiveness with the AP2. Then we jumped into the AP1, and let me tell you, I mean, super forgiveness. That golf club is hot. It was definitely a little bit higher flight, and I was averaging 190 yards with the 6 iron. So that's all great, but I do prefer that you know, little thinner look than the AP1. So I'm going to stick with the AP2 irons this year. However, I am going to go ahead and add in the 4 iron of the AP1 just to make it a little bit easier to hit that long iron, and probably a great golf club that I can hit off the tee, off the ground. Pretty much anywhere. So I hope this video has helped you explain a little bit about the differences between all the irons in the Titleist line, and go see your local PGA professional and get fit for some new 714s. Thank you.